It's the Morning Brew for Monday. We always get back to business with our good friends at Albuquerque Business First on Monday morning. And first to bat is Dennis Domrzalski, one of the great reporters over there at Albuquerque Business First. Good to see you again this week, Dennis.
Good to see you again. Two weeks in a row. I declared myself the Albuquerque's Business First only correspondent on this show. I so love you guys.
We so love you, Dennis.
Good.
Anyway.
We're going to cover a variety of stories today, but you participated in a little experiment. This is regarding the new ride-sharing services in town.
Yeah.
Uber and Lyft.
Uber and Lyft. Dan Mayfield and I, we decided to have a race from our office at First and Central to Uptown. We did that. It was amazing. From the time that I chose Lyft, and so I pressed a little button on my cell phone. It said driver 2 minutes away. I'm still up in the office. I actually raced down to get to the elevator, fearing I might miss this guy. You get a picture of the car, you get a picture of the driver, and within 2 minutes, this guy shows up.
Wow.
Get in the car, get in the front seat, shake his hand, boom, 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 we're off. Total, from the time I pressed that button to get to Uptown, a restaurant we went in Uptown, 17 minutes.
Nice.
Wow.
17
That's
minutes.
incredible.
I was in that restaurant waiting for Dan and, texting him and tweeting him. He got there, it took him a total an hour. An
hour. He called a...
Yeah, he called a cab.
He called a cab by phone.
Yes.
Okay.
So we timed it from the minute, he made the phone call, and then I pressed the button. Actually, wonderful, amazing.
What about cost?
Actually, I got mine for free because they were in a free ride stage, and I felt pretty bad about it. But the driver explained to me that he would get paid no matter what. You can only pay by credit card. There's no cash. I wanted to pay the guy with cash. I felt really bad. He can't take it. But I got a thing on my email credit card saying that the ride was free. So it would have been, I think, $18 to get from downtown to Uptown, 16 to 18. Dan's with tip was 25. So it's cheaper. It was faster.
Cheaper, faster,
and the app, on your phone, you look at it, you just open the app and it says driver 7 minutes away, driver 2 minutes away, whatever,
No
driver
kidding.
not available. And immediately, whether maybe I should try Uber or something, and it'll show you where the drivers are as well. Can't do that with a cab company. If these cab companies don't adapt, I think they're history. This is so convenient.
And they're raising such a stink over it, naturally, but yeah, a good competition. We need it. We need to be able to...
And the cab companies, the rules for the cab companies, certainly in New Mexico and elsewhere, were basically set up in the 30s when all this stuff was new. And so they've been, in effect, monopolies. And now here comes this. This is technology for motor vehicles, if you will.
That's
and
right.
it's totally destroying their business model. And rather than adapting,
They're fighting it.
they're whining.
Yeah.
Adapt it, and you guys could do the same thing.
Now, how does it work on the other side for the driver and all of that? Can anybody sign up and be a driver?
Well, they've got Lyft. Your car can't be very old. It's got to be
sort of late model.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of late model.
Clean.
Obviously, you've got to have insurance. They put you through. They have a checklist of things that they want you to have.
What kind of car picked you up?
I had a 2013 Ford Focus Red.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool. And it was clean. It was nice.
And it took 17 minutes.
It took total from the time I pressed that button. And I've waited. I'm sure you have waited for cabs.
I've waited forever. Yeah, hours. An hour to get. Yeah, it's just. You think they forget about you.
These Lyft or Uber drivers help you with luggage if you're going to the airport and all that? Is that part of the deal, you think?
Believe so. I didn't have luggage.
Yeah.
But they've got.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Huh.
And the thing is, you sit in the front seat.
Yeah.
Because, they don't want to make you feel like you're just driver listening to some crazy cabbie spout silly jokes.
Or complain about something.
Yeah.
The last time I took a cab, I'll never take another cab in Albuquerque because the cab drivers, he was complaining that there was no culture in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and listened
And you're a cab driver
and listened
in the city.
and listened, and then finally I said, no, we don't have culture here. We have cultures. We have more than one culture. We have that's It made me feel
and
so
I remember
grumpy.
once,
didn't-
you know, when my car, I've had occasions when the car wasn't working, I've had to try to get to the airport. I mean, I barely made it, you know, was afraid of missing flights simply because it took so long. They can't even give you an estimated time of arrival
Exactly.
when their driver is going to get there. And then, you know, they're not calling you back. You got to keep calling them. Their lines are busy. Boom, boom, boom. This is wonderful stuff.
It is wonderful. It's going to make a huge difference downtown too, with people
Love
that
it.
come from the Northeast, and then just being able to socialize and go out for a good time,
Yeah,
and not have to worry about how you're going to get home.
And occasionally what I do, I just press the button, you know, I just open my Lyft app just to see. I live in the Mid-Heights, and, you know, every time I've pressed it, whether it be on a weekday or a weekend, it's someone always within 6-7 minutes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can we switch over to
Sure.
healthcare, which is your normal beat? w- you.
I care about health. No
I
one
know you
cares
do.
about health more than
More
I
than
do.
it.
And
The
when
picture
I
of
get
health.
to Washington, I guarantee you I'm
Oh,
going to put the care back into Medicare.
Oh,
Are you gonna fight for me too?
And ask you how I'm going to fight for you.
How will you fight for me?
Fanatically and viciously,
I
Mr.
know.
Aarons.
I hate when politicians say that. I just hate it. They're not gonna fight for anybody
Fight
but
for
themselves.
you.
Yeah, I'm
they're
going to
not.
fight for you.
fight for their parking.
vigorously.
Why is the state insurance superintendent mad at Presbyterian?
Presbyterian has started to form what are called these wellness associations. They are a bunch of little employers, basically small groups of employers, anywhere from 2 to 5 to 10. They put them into a very large group called the Wellness Association, have an aggressive wellness plan attached to it. What they're doing is they got they're treating them as a large group, meaning a large group being over 50 according to the ACA, and they are doing what is called medical underwriting. They give them a one-page questionnaire with 8 questions, but they ask them whether they've ever had 20, 30 different diseases. Under the Affordable Care Act, you cannot use medical underwriting anymore for individual or for small groups. So they're attempting to take all these little groups, put them into a large group, and say, hey, you're a large group, and now we can ask you all these questions, and then we can rate you on this. There's so many problems with it. One, you can't do it. Two, their competitors accuse them of cherry-picking healthy people so that those healthy people stay off the exchange. If that is occurring, then the insurers on the exchange get stuck with less healthy people who need more services, boom, boom, boom. That's called adverse selection. That means they may have to raise their rates because they're stuck with more sick people.
And they can't deny you because of any
Exactly.
pre-existing conditions.
Exactly.
So-
well, no one can anymore, but
They get around it.
That's what's going on. And John Franchini is very concerned about it. He said he would consider it a violation of the ACA spirit and real. From what I understand, Presbyterian people got to get up there and justify and somehow show what they're doing is correct under the ACA. When I chatted with them, they were somewhat apologetic, saying, look, this is what we thought we could do. If we get regulatory guidance, and that guidance says we shouldn't be doing this, then okay, we'll change our mind.
Wow.
Well, wellness is not a bad thing.
No,
It's not that. It's just
But the whole
procedure.
idea of the ACA is to put everybody in one state into one pool and not segregate. When you put everybody into one pool, you got everybody paying into it. That sort of levels everything out. There is a fear that they are taking a lot of healthy people and putting them into a separate pool.
Yeah.
So, and he's concerned. Now, there's only 1,000 people, but in New Mexico, that's a lot of people because in terms of true commercial insurance in New Mexico, I'm babbling here, but what the hell. In terms of true commercial insurance, there's only about what they call 250,000 lives. For true commercial, that's what these people fight over.
Huh.
And in the commercial arena, there's not that many. You got 612,000 people on Medicaid. You got another 200,000 on Medicare. You've got the state employees, and you got the city, then you got the public schools. So there's very few people left, and they're desperate to get hold of them.
Huh.
So it's interesting stuff.
Do you see any resolution? Do you see anything that
We'll see.
might be trending toward?
There's 12 of these associations are already in place. I suspect what Franchini is going to say is that you certainly can't use medical underwriting anymore and get rid of this little sheet of paper where you're asking all these questions. He may do that. I don't know that you can disband them. They've already got insurance. I think he can say no more. We're not doing this anymore, and this is going to be it. John doesn't go out there and sort of pontificate and throw rocks and throw grenades.
He's a pretty easygoing guy.
Yeah, he really is, and
Yeah.
he wants things. He wants to smooth things out. He wants to cooperate. He doesn't want to throw firebombs. So he was, he'll work it out. I'll check back with him in a week or so, see what has happened. And
Does he take your calls?
Yeah, I
Does
got his
he?
cell phone. Yeah, he's a really
Good.
nice guy. We get
Yeah.
along really well.
Good.
I call him Johnny. He likes to be called Johnny. He's a really nice guy.
They're like this.
Well, not quite, but he's a really good guy, and I really enjoy him. And he's accessible. I mean, for the superintendent of insurance, that's a big deal.
This is one
It's a hard job, I'm sure.
dialed-in reporter right here.
Yeah.
Let me call my lift right
Yeah.
now.
Hey, Dennis, great stuff today. Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
Thank you for
starting
having
off the
me,
week
and
with
I
us.
always enjoy it.
Thank you, Daniel.
Hey, there's Dennis Domrzalski with Albuquerque Business First. Next up, we'll learn about a wonderful organization called Cuidando de los Niños. That's next on the Morning Brew.